Hey, what's up guys, it's me again and welcome back to my channel Mayta What Ifs. Today I am back with a new story. The name of the story is What If Naruto Made a Zombie Army? And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story and my own idea. Now before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Apollo Uchiha channel as well if you haven't done so already. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in Konoha, Gakure no Sato. 3 years after the QB attack, as we go towards the orphanage of the said village, where we see at the front doors, the door was opened and the matriarch was standing there, her arm clutching on to a child as she literally shoved him outside to the streets. And stay out! You already have caused enough troubles. I can't believe I was harboring a monster like you all this time. Never show your face here again, you demon. With that, the woman slammed the face of the door in front of the 3-year-old, who sat there shocked, scared, and afraid. What was he gonna do? Where was he gonna go? And that is when he remembered the kind old man who visited him. And so, he decided to visit visit that man. Arriving at the front gates, the news by the time has already spread about the child, and everyone was glaring at him out of nowhere. What do you want, kid? Get out of here. I wish to see the old man. Old man? How dare you? The man slapped the child, causing him to fall down to the ground. That old man you speak of is our Hokage. If you don't show respect, then I will put you into the prison for treason, kid or not. Leave, said the other guard as he drew his kunai. I'm leaving. I don't want any trouble, said Naruto, the 3-year-old orphan who ran away, only wearing his blue shorts and white shirt and bare feet. Time began to pass by as now we see a few months have gone by as Naruto was living in a cardboard box in the alleyway near a dumpster and would dumpster dive to survive, but that has caused him to go without food for many days because he was not able to find sometimes for days no food there that was even edible. So he resorted to stealing. As when the shops of the baker opened, Naruto would dash there, grabbing a loaf of bread and running away to the forest. He, by the time at the age of 6, was already aware of ins and outs of the whole village and its alleyways. But Naruto wanted to become a shinobi, and so when at the age of 8 he arrived to enlist in the academy, he was beaten and thrown to the alleyway where he lived. And stay there, you damn maggot. People like you, they nerve me. We Konoha are an elite of forces, and do you think we would let a demon like you crawl into it? The man sneered. No, you will die here as a maggot you are. Come on, it's time to go, Iruka. You've done enough, said another man to the man who said this to Naruto. Naruto looked at the man, beaten and bruised. His eyes were cold. Instead of admiration and wanting to become a shinobi, he was now filled with rage and hatred and bitterness. So what he did best, stole. If they were not gonna allow him to become something, he was gonna steal that from them. He was not gonna let them dictate what he was supposed to and what he was supposed to be not. As Naruto would steal scrolls which allowed him to learn how to read and write, and then move forward, he was able to steal Fuinjutsu arts. By accident, he was able to grab onto a lot of scrolls, not knowing who they were, and just his luck, they were the scrolls of the Fuinjutsu and of the modern science that were gotten there from the snow country itself. After hiding into the forest of that tower, which was the only safe haven and a roof that Naruto could stay in, because rarely a shinobi ever visited there, it had enough space for him to hide, because they barely even visited inside to check if it was filled with infiltrators or not. Naruto was able to make a base, and there he began to learn about the history of Konoha, and learn about the Fuinjutsu arts. Naruto fell in love with the arts and began to tinker with the seals Some of them turned out to explode on his face. Some turned out to be quite lethal, but he wanted more. So he stole some more until people noticed. It was October 9th, the 10th year anniversary of the QB attack, as Naruto was grabbed and being dragged after being beaten in the whole village, as the people cheered and threw cans at him, because he was considered a monster, hated by them. Naruto's anger was burning so much that his whole body shook. His eyes held unshed tears as well as cold burning fury for them. He wanted them to suffer, but he knew he had to wait. He will make them all pay, and pay with their lives, because he had chosen. If they are going to act like this, then they don't need to exist. He was gonna erase them so they cannot harm anymore, like him or him. As once Naruto returned, without getting patched up, he was a fast healer. Naruto wiped his tears. I'm gonna make them pay. I'm gonna destroy Konoha. I'm gonna erase them. So, Naruto began to think, how was he gonna do that? He was a lone kid, a 10-year-old, with bare minimum knowledge of seals that were laughed at by people. The only use that the arts Naruto fell in love with had was stories, scrolls, or some important scroll lock seals and explosive seals. Nobody would buy from him. Nobody would. But Naruto soon realized that they could be used in much, much more. After he reached the final scroll, the scroll of the Uzumakis, and Naruto began to learn from them and from the science scrolls. As now we see, it was Naruto's 12th birthday. He was hiding into the deep pits of the Forest of Death because he knew people knew where he lived in the forest tower, so they would raid it. Naruto has hidden his stuff and laced the whole place with explosive seal. As soon as they set a foot inside, he was gonna have a little bit of his own fun, a sort of revenge for all the beatings. And so many of the elite shinobis did. And boom, the tower went up into smoke, exploded, killing many within it. Naruto watched with satisfaction in his eyes as the tower burned, killing many as screams were heard, and for the first time he felt satisfaction, at peace. But that didn't last as some of them saw him and began to chase after him. Naruto knew he had to run, so aimlessly he began to run into the whole forest. He knew the ins and outs, but what he did not knew, that there was a secret lair of Orochimaru hidden within it. Just his luck, as he fell within it. Thinking that it was a trap, and a deadly one, because they heard the child's cry and a third sound, the people stopped. They think he's dead? Who cares? He's dead. Anyways, not like he's gonna get out. Serves you right, you damn monster. This is all for the lives you've taken, today and 10 years ago, 12 years ago. And so, now we see, Naruto had passed out barely, but once he recovered, he was able to get up again and walk inside, only to find a whole new hidden lair. And there, a lot of notes were scrambled and left. Naruto, being curious, was able to see through them, and were able to find some equipment as well as ingredients and the notes and what they suggested. So Naruto continued on with the experiment, thinking that it will help him in the long run. He just wanted revenge because he was now more enraged than ever. His rage knew no bounds and he was going insane because of it. He wanted to eradicate Konoha from the face of the earth itself, even if it was the last thing he would do. So, that is what he did. He experimented again and again and again for a whole year. He even began to learn about plants, the poisonous ones, even those who were rare, but were found near Konoha. Naruto was able to find them, locate them, and was able to make a serum. Now all he needed was someone to test this on. And that someone was a fox cub that had died, and now was seated in front of him. Naruto, in a syringe, took a little bit of serum and injected it within, and waited. Within minutes, the nervous system kicked in, and so did the heart. But as soon as the fox got out, It acted like a rabid animal, as it even tried to attack Naruto until he said, "No, stop!" instinctively, only for the fox to obey. As Naruto's eyes widened. How is this? Wait. Roll over. As the zombified kid of the fox did that, as Naruto was amazed. It worked. It worked. It worked, said Naruto in three tones. First he was surprised and shocked, and then in a tone that confirmed that he was gonna use it to make Konoha suffer. How he could do it? They always blamed him for killing a lot of people, a lot of Konoha, and he needed a lot of people backing him up if he wanted to eradicate Konoha. Naruto formed a sinister and downright horrific plan. He took manufacturing of the serum to the next level, and then he went to the graveyard, and each and every night for the next continuous year he dug out 3 to 5 graves and injected serums in them, and made the zombies that revived from there cover up their graves and do the same. So within a year, the whole populace, the dead populace of Konoha, without Konoha even noticing or knowing, were revived as the undead army of Naruto. Civilians, shinobis, even the legends such as Mito Uzumaki's Senju clan, the Uchiha clan, all of them were revived. And their main goal? Eradicate their own home. They obeyed to only one, and that was Naruto. And finally, after 13 years worth of agonizing pain and suffering, Naruto knew that he would be able to extract his revenge. So he walked straight through the gates of Konoha into the village. The people smirked and gathered around him. But as soon as they did, there was a yellow flash, and a zombified 4th Hokage stood there, cleaving the arm off of the man. Fun, my people. As the dam broke of the zombified people, attacking their own, and people were able to realize that they were their loved ones who had died. As Hiruzen Naruto for the first time showed his face. Naruto, is that you? Of course it is me, Hiruzen Naruto. What have you done? Why did you do this? What did you do? I revived the dead to eradicate Konoha. As everyone was shocked to find out about it. Why would you do this? Why? Why? After 13 years of suffering, you ask me why? Said Naruto, almost looking like an insane person. The very first time I was kicked out at the age of 3, the time when I went to you and your people, punched me and threw me away. Told me to get lost. I had to survive on my own, live on my own for 13 years, waiting for this day to see your all faces when I bring retribution to you. And you ask me why? Simply put, I am pissed. I am fucking pissed and done with Konoha. I will do what Iwakumo Kiri combined failed to do. Erase you from the map. Finish them, said Naruto. As his army engaged, Hiruzen was about to engage Naruto, but that is when Hashirama, zombified one, alongside with his own first son who had died in a battle, arrived. No, not like this. As that is when Tobirama arrived, zombified one. You have become a monster. You always wanted me to become one. I've done just that. Embraced it. As people's screams were heard that day throughout the whole village, there was nowhere else for anybody to run. Naruto personally enjoyed Iruka's suffering as his own parents ate him, biting him into his skin, eating him alive, as Naruto watched and laughed at his face. Satisfaction dripping with each and every tear as Naruto watched this, because he has suffered at the hands of this man. You told me that I would die like a maggot. How does it feel that my maggot army, which consists of your parents, are currently eating you away? You damn son of a bitch. As Iruka, all he could do was beg for mercy, screaming for his parents who were not his parents in reality, but their bodies being manipulated by Naruto. stop, but they didn't. They ate him, killed him, and then moved on. Like he was just some NPC. Got shot. As by the sunset, the whole village was silent and swarming with his men. I'm not satisfied. Why stop here? Let's take over the world. I have a lot more people out there who I need to help. And that is what Naruto did. The first one to fail Naruto's wrath was the Land of Fire itself. It took a whole week to wipe them out. Only those that Naruto deemed to have suffered were the ones saved. And then he moved on to the minor villages like the Land of Waves, Vegetable Country, Anne's Rice Country, and whatnot. Even the Snow Country was not spared. And by that time, the other elemental nations have realized one thing. The undead army that they named as the Zombie Army was approaching, led by a child known as Naruto Uzumaki, who destroyed his own home, his own land, his own daimyo's land, and now was heading for them. They tried to reason with him, tried to stop him, but he did not. He even helped the rebels. And the armed enemies of the rebels, they were eaten, destroyed, and then later on formed into the same zombies that killed them. As the rebels were terrified, but knew that they would obey Naruto and there would be peace. And they would make sure that not a single orphan child would suffer, because if they did, another Naruto might be created. A monster so terrifying that even the beasts felt shivers run down their spine. And by the time it reached the ears of Akatsuki, they were already scared. How were they gonna kill undead army who, after a lot of attacks, had no effect? But the greatest twist came in the form of when they all saw their own family members, their own parents, their own loved ones, in a zombified, horrifying state targeting towards them. They wanted to kill Naruto, but all they could do was just witness their deaths at the hands of their undead relatives. Because that is what there was. Even Toby wasn't spared. Because Rin was there. And she killed him. As for Zetsu, he was the only one that was hiding, terrified of the undead. As Naruto and his army wiped out the whole elemental nations and also the daimyos. Once Naruto reached at the age of 14, within months the whole elemental nation was done. The mere minimum population of 35% of the whole elemental nation was alive. The only one that were peaceful and were spared, alongside those Jinchurikis who had been wronged. The others, not so much lucky, because they were now the other 65% of the undead, which was the army of Naruto that he controlled. The only people that remained were the Orochimaru and his people, who were hidden and were ignored by Naruto, as well as Zetsu, who to this day was afraid of Naruto, the boy whose rage burned the world down. And if they crossed him, he would burn them down too. Even Kaguya was downright chilled by this. This child has turned her chakra into a weapon that was a weapon of mass destruction, much more worse than her own son. And there was nothing she could do about it but to witness, because her own will was broken by the horrors and terrors that it has seen at the hands of this undead army. And Naruto, he knew that he will not stop. As long as there was pain and suffering and people like Konoha, would do this on and on until there's nothing left. He would burn this world 3 times over if it has to. But he will not stop. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Polo Uchiha channel as well. As for why this short story, well, obviously I can't stretch it long. I mean, I could, but it would get boring. I want to wind this up as fast as I could because I'm honestly quite tired, and I wanted to, not take a day off here. So I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Leave your ideas in the comment section. And by the way, did you check out the trailer 2 of GTA 6? Well, it is quite 18 plus-ish, but yeah, it's quite nice, to be honest. Oh well, one more year to wait, I guess. Anyways, this is it for the day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.